Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are going over a haul of one of my favorite brands, and that is Bee's Knees Lacquer. This is actually my haul from their March sale that they had. I forget if it was just a customer appreciation thing or if it was a special occasion, but they were having a sale along with their new release, I believe, of the Lore Olympus collection. So we will also be going over 5 of the mystery polishes that I got. I will be giving you guys a heads up before I go into the mysteries, so they are not shown here. I have them in a separate section, and I'll also try to be covering them with a card on my swatch wheel so that you don't get any spoilers if you don't want them. So I've got a lot to go over. I sort of went overboard because they were having a sale, so I got 14 of their normal releases and 5 of their mystery polishes, bringing this to a order of 19 polishes in one sitting. So that has got to be my biggest order ever from a single brand. I will also be showing a lot of these swatches of the sheer polishes over an undie. For this video I used Sally Hansen's Complete Salon Manicure in Devil Wears Nada. This is a really, for my skin tone, almost like perfect nude, neutral, or visible nail line blurring base coat, although it is a normal nail polish, but that's the one that I used. So let's jump in before I start talking too much again. This first one is called I Need a Positive Navigator, and I did get a number of polishes that are not in my normal color range. This one is one of them. It is this sort of pink lemonade color, and what I was drawn to was that beautiful shimmer shift in there. You see that? Flashes of blue. I see purple and pink in here. The swatches of this one were just amazing, and you may have heard me say this before, but one of the things that draws me to certain colors that may not be my favorite is when they have a contrasting shimmer to them. So this kind of color, pinks mixed with blues, are one of my favorite color combinations. Doesn't matter the shade of pink, doesn't really matter the shade of blue either, as long as they're contrasting and go nicely together. And I just love this color. This is just amazing. I'm really glad I got this one. This is it in 3 coats on its own here. As you can see, it is still sheer, and then 2 coats of it over the Sally Hansen Devil Wears Nada. I really like the colors that it's pulling over that neutral tone, but I think it would also look really cute on its own for sort of a soft ethereal look on your nail. Very, very pretty, and like I said, I'm really glad that I did end up getting this. Like I said, a few of these colors were outside my wheelhouse, but because of the sale, I was prompted to give colors a chance that I might not otherwise, and I'm glad that I did. So that one was I Need a Positive Navigator in a half 3 coats and half 2 coats over Sally Hansen. The next one is also sort of an unexpected pick for me, and this is Act of Wrath. Again, I'm really glad that I got this. The swatches that I saw before and after the release really made me glad that I got this. And again, it's because of that contrasting shimmer. You've got this really juicy berry toned pink, almost like a really bright raspberry fuchsia. And again, that shift in here is amazing. I mean, you see blue and green, maybe even a pink, so you've got a tone on tone. I mean, look at that. That is just spectacular. I did the same thing on all of these as I did with this first one. So the side where it's on its own is 3 coats. The side that it's over the Sally Hansen is 2 coats. So it's a really beautiful shade, and as you can see, it definitely builds up color nicely over that neutral base. Very beautiful. The shift is really spectacular and amazing. You definitely see it. Again, you're going to have a sheerer finish on its own that could vary depending on your nail length, but on my swatches it maintained its sheerness. But such a beautiful color. I think this one has a lot of possibilities for what you wear it over, but again, just love that color. So that was Act of Wrath. This one is no surprise to anyone because it is a purple, so right up my alley. And this one is We Will Not Take His Slank. We're just going to leave it at that. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. And again, you've got this amazing contrasting shimmer. This one isn't as contrasting because it is a blue against a purple, whereas the others were more warm colors with a cool toned shift in it. But it is absolutely beautiful. I see a range of color shifts in this one as well. Blue and green, and I want to say on the edges I almost see like a little bit of a pink popping up. Yes, I hear you, Willowbean. What do you want? Yeah, I will say this one wasn't as saturated on the nail as I thought it would be from the bottle, so I would most likely wear this over a purple to give it a deeper base, but this is it in 3 coats and then 2 coats over the Sally Hansen. Look at that green shift. Really, really stunning. So that is it on its own. You definitely see that beautiful green shift on both sides. Really, really beautiful. So that purple was We Will Not Take His Plank. The next one is also one that I wasn't initially planning on getting, but because of the sale I did go ahead and give it a try because I was intrigued. And this one is You're Not That Weird. And this one is this really intriguing green jelly base. And again, with the contrasting shimmer, you've got that beautiful blue shift in there that shifts to pink. And you see that pink and orange on the edge of the bottle there. Really intriguing. I just had to see it in person because sometimes with these colors you just never know when you're looking at them online if you're going to like them, if the tone's going to match with your skin tone, if you're going to like it, if you're not going to like it. So I decided based on the sale that I would give it a try, and just look at that blue. Wow. Just wow. I will say this one again is not as saturated on my swatches as I felt like it was in the bottle. So here it is in 3 and 2 coats over the Sally Hansen. And look at that blue. It's so interesting. It creates this really intriguing sort of a khaki color over the Sally Hansen with a bright blue flash. And then on its own, it is hard to really see what the color of the base is, but you get that really bright blue flash still. Again, such an intriguing color and very unique to my collection. I think the closest one that I would say that I have is a Zoya. I forget what that one is called, but it does a similar thing with a green base and a blue shift. So I don't think they're dupes though. The one from Zoya is more of a cream formula, but I want to say from my experience, the shimmer in it is not this strong either. So I would almost say you could use the Zoya as your base and then come back and do this as a topper. Just an idea. So that green from the collection was You're Not That Weird. Another sort of a surprise color for me is this one called Your Golden Trader. I went back and forth with this one as well because, well, it's a yellow, and if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that yellows just aren't my favorite. I'm not drawn to them like I am other colors. I definitely lean towards the purples and blues. I'm getting to be where I'm drawn to pinks more often, but yellows are still one of those colors that I'm just not the hugest fan of. But again, with the shimmer in here, this is why I got it. Look at this. It looks like the inside of a shell. You've got this beautiful, almost peach leaning yellow. I feel like it's coming across a lot brighter of a yellow on camera, but you've got this beautiful shift of colors inside this polish. You've got green and purple and pink, blue even. This one is gorgeous because of all of that amazing shift in here. Look at that up there towards the top. You've got the blue and pink popping up. Just amazing. This one also has a different particle size than at least You're Not That Weird. So this one has a larger particle size. And again, we're looking at 3 coats on its own versus 2 over the Sally Hansen. And just look at that beautiful shift. I love all the different colors that you're seeing. This one definitely has top abilities, as do all of them. So you could pick and choose the color that you want to wear it over. But I think it looks really gorgeous over the Sally Hansen. You almost get that peach tone to come up a bit more, and then that green just pops. So another beautiful shimmer polish. And again, that one was Your Golden Trader. So all of those were from the Olympus collection. Now we're moving on into some that are not. Some of these still are going to be from the Olympus collection, but a couple of these are from other collections from the past. Some of them I believe are past mysteries that were re-released as non-mysteries. So the first one of those is a beautiful reflective polish, and this is the Vermilion Bird from the Iron Widow collection. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful shade. I have been really loving their reflective polishes because of the mix of shimmer and base that they've been using, as well as the variety of colors of reflective glitter that they've been using. I'm actually wearing one of them right now. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what it is, so make sure to check the description down below. As always, the name of the polish on my nails will be listed there. But this is an absolutely beautiful shade. Somewhat difficult to describe. I would almost say like a red leaning base, and then you've got these red reflective glitters, silver reflective glitters. I want to say there's silver and red reflective glitters. If the red glitters aren't reflective, they are like maybe holographic. And then you have that beautiful shimmer, again with beautiful shifts from blue to purple. It's really beautiful and unique. This is it in 3 coats. It is such a beautiful color. I think it looks pretty good over the neutral tone of the Sally Hansen, but I think I would actually pick to wear this over a matching base, so maybe a plum color or a deep burgundy maybe, but it is such a beautiful color. Look at that blue popping up, and this is without a top coat. I know in most of my videos with these reflective glitters, I've been saying that you want to use a glitter smoother before you use your top coat. But when I put this one on, I actually just did a thick top coat from an indie brand. I believe I used my Glistening Glow top coat, and it worked beautifully to smooth it out. So it just depends on the top coat. The Orly top coat that I had been using on my swatches just really didn't smooth it out as much. So I would definitely recommend a thicker top coat when you wear these if you want them to be smooth. But again, a beautiful, beautiful color. Love the contrasting shimmer. Just another beautiful shade there. So that was the Vermilion Bird. Next up is one of the flaky polishes that I got. This is Woven. This one came from the Blood and Ash collection. And look at these beautiful flakies in here. This is such a deep and vampy shade, sort of like a muted plum, and it is a red leaning plum. You'll see that on the swatch here. And I absolutely love these flakies. A mix of blue, sort of ghost flakies that are absolutely gorgeous. This is it in 3 coats. I think this one and this one. Yeah. I think a few of these are 3 coats all together. I did come back and decide to put the color underneath here because I hadn't initially decided to swatch them over the Sally Hansen. So this one is 3 coats all together, so 3 coats on its own on this side, 3 coats over the Sally Hansen there. And as you can see from that color base over the neutral shade, it definitely is a red leaning color. I really love the contrast of those blue flakies. But again, I think I would like to put this over a purple myself because I really like how deep it is in the bottle. I think that color is really beautiful. So I would probably pair this over maybe Synthetic Symphony from Orly. It is a bit of a bright color to put underneath it, but I think it would get the job done. And if I decided to go for a darker purple, what? I might do a color like this from Sinful Colors, which is Punk the Town. And these are just 2 colors that I happen to have on my desktop at the moment, but I'm sure there's other colors in these similar tones. You basically just pick out something that you like in the base here, and then try to match it. You have your window open, baby. Why are you crying? Hi. Willow's being chatty again. But such a beautiful color. Definitely glad that I grabbed this on their sale, and that was Woven. Next up is one of the flaky polishes that I got. This is the kind of vitamin D I like from the Red Tide collection. This is another one that I was really happy to grab it during their sale because I had been previously eyeing it when I was checking out and I just never grabbed it for whatever reason, but it is such a beautiful deep berry tone. Again, you've got a beautiful contrasting shimmer from a blue to sort of a purpley pink, and then you have those holographic flakies. This is it in 3 coats and it is just beautiful. I think this would make a lovely fall shade. It's just beautiful. I love this type of finish. The holographic flakies make a beautiful effect on the nail. So glad to finally get a hold of that one. That again was the kind of vitamin D I like. Next up is one of the magnetic polishes that I got from the Olympus collection. This one is Demeter. And this one, okay you guys, the magnetic polishes from this collection were absolutely gorgeous. I'm really glad that I grabbed the ones that I did, but I could have grabbed a couple of more. But this one is this really beautiful deep purple base, and then you've got that amazing magnetic pigment in there. You see shifts of green, gold, pink, and purple. Here's how it looks magnetized in the bottle. Those brighter colors get pulled up into the magnetic line and you're left with that deep purple base and that bright flash of gold, green, and blue in that magnetic line. This is it in 3 coats with a magnet. I really love the contrast to that beautiful deep purple base and then that bright green that shifts to blue. I think this is going to be another color that, depending on the lighting, that magnetic line has a lot of multichrome shift to it, so it's going to change beautifully. Just love that. And it's very unique to the magnetics that I have so far in my collection. So that again was Demeter. The next one is called You Need a Nap. This is from the Witcher collection. This is another absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous polish. It's actually really hard to tell in the bottle what the base color is, but from the swatches it's a very deep teal, and again you've got that beautiful multi-chrome shift to it. You've got red and orange, yellow, green. There's almost not a color I don't see. It's really beautifully shifty. This is it in 3 coats. This one does maintain somewhat of a sheer formula, so you would probably want to use this with a blurring base coat, or on shorter nails I think you might be good with 3 coats. But just look at that beautiful warm glow. This is another that I'm sure, depending on your lighting, is going to shift just beautifully. Love that one. That is very, very beautiful. And I love multi-chrome shifts in polishes. That is just stunning. So that is You Need a Nap. Next up is another magnetic from the Olympus collection. This one is Persephone, and another absolutely gorgeous magnetic. This one has a larger particle in it, and it has this really intriguing deep green base, and the magnetic pole in it is gold and pink. Very, very beautiful. Here's how it looks magnetized in the bottle. You've got this deep, almost like evergreen green, and then that magnetic line, you see oranges, pinks, golds. Really intriguing, and again, a very unique magnetic polish to my collection. Here it is in 3 coats. This one also does maintain somewhat of a sheer look, so you might want to put this over a blurring base coat or maybe a matching green undie. But look at that magnetic pull. Beautiful shifts of like magenta and gold. This is another one that's probably going to shift absolutely beautifully in different lighting. You can see a little bit of orange popping up there. Just beautiful, and again super, super unique. So that again was Persephone. Next up is another of the polishes with a holographic flaky. This one is Madness or Cheese. This was a respawn. And look at this gorgeous, gorgeous color. This one sort of falls into the same family of colors as Tartarus and A Lion with a Thorn in Its Paw. A very similar type of polish in that it is a really beautiful shade of blue full of a multi-chrome shift and those holographic flakies. Really, really stunning. I think, from memory, I would put this in between those 2 polishes that I mentioned. It's not as dark as Tartarus, and it's not as light of a blue as the lion with the thorn in its paw. But beautiful, beautiful color. This is it in 3 coats. I just love this one as well. I think I'm saying that for every single polish, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. Again, this type of finish is one of my favorites. And actually this angle for Persephone is just beautiful. You can see the pinks, a little bit of purple here at the edge, and orange on the side of the nail. But back to this one, back to Madness or Cheese. That is just so beautiful. It's nice and vampy. I love the holographic particles. And the shift on this is beautiful as well. So that one again was Madness or Cheese. Next up is another shimmer polish. This one is called My Muse. This one came out in the Red Tide collection. This one is another one that's kind of hard to tell what the base color is from the bottle. And actually even from the swatches, it's kind of hard to tell what the base color is. On its own here, you've got 3 coats, and this is another one that I did come back and add the Sally Hansen on the back of the nail wheel. So on this side it's 3 coats over Sally Hansen, and on this side it's 3 coats on its own. The shimmer on this is so strong that's almost all that you are able to see. The base color is really still difficult to describe. It is sort of like a gray green almost. Yeah, I'm just really not sure what to call the base of that one, but it is so intriguing. But it is a really gorgeous color. I really love the shimmer in here. That is so bright against this sort of murky base color that you have. Again, difficult to describe what color that is, but it's just really intriguing and beautiful. So that again was My Muse. And then the last polish before we get to our mysteries is this one called He's Left His Mark on My Heart. And this one was one that I was super excited to get a hold of because I had mistyped what the name of it was on my wish list for the release that happened when this was released, and I didn't find what I had written down, so I didn't grab it the first time. But this is a really beautiful polish. It is from the What We Do in the Shadows collection, and it is also a magnetic, and it has UP in it. So it is such an intriguing polish. It is this sort of slate blue base loaded with a silver blue magnetic pull, and then the UP pigment in it, which shifts from red to green. This one I believe was one that was not on sale because the UP polishes don't tend to go on sale because of the cost of the pigment. But this is what it looks like when you put the magnet on it. You get that beautiful sheen of the silver and blue pulled up into that magnetic line, and then you can really see the red to green shift there in the rest of the polish. This is it in 3 coats. This is another magnetic that is really unique to my collection. Just look at that icy flash. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this might make a really interesting polish to wear in the winter because of that icy flash. Really beautiful. You can see the UP pigment there in the base of the polish. So that was He Has Left His Mark on My Heart. Alright, so fair warning, now we're moving on into our 5 mystery polishes. These came out in a number of different collections. I've got some from the Empire of the Vampire collection, the Lore Olympus collection, What We Do in the Shadows collection, and I think that's it. But if you don't want to see those, if you want them to maintain a mystery, skip forward. I will have the timestamp down below so that you can fast forward to that section so that you don't spoil yourself on these mysteries. I'll give you the names of them just in case you don't mind seeing them. We are going to be looking at Blood Voss, NYX, Creepy Paper, Apology Donuts, and Arian. So if you don't mind seeing those, keep watching. Otherwise, fast forward to the timestamp down below and we'll see you after that. Alright, starting now. So the first mystery polish is this one called Blood Voss, and this is from the Empire of the Vampire collection. And I thought that this one was just such an interesting and unique polish. Now, I did see spoilers of this intentionally because I'm not the biggest fan of mystery polishes when I'm paying full price from a retailer. And the reason being is I have a lot of nail polish, so I don't like grabbing too many mystery polishes unless I know I'm going to like them. So I was really happy that Bee's Knees Lacquer started having some of their swatchers have some of these mystery polishes. So I did know preemptively what this was going to look like. And this one has what I believe are the red to black multichrome flakies and then iridescent flakies in here. It is such a beautiful combination. This is it in 3 coats. I mean, just look at this. It is absolutely amazing. It is a sheer polish, so it doesn't have a base color, but you can put this over a bunch of different colors to transform it to have a mix of those red to black multichrome flakies and iridescent flakies. And another polish that's just super, super unique to my collection. Really happy to have this one. I think it'll go over a whole lot of beautiful polishes in the fall. And that again was Blood Voss. The next polish is NYX. This is another of the magnetics from the Allure Olympus collection. This one I was super excited to get because when I saw the mystery spoiler swatches of this, I had my jaw on the floor. It was absolutely amazing. This one is like a deep iolite blue base. And when I say iolite, iolite is sort of in the same family as periwinkle or indigo. It is a gemstone that is sort of a mix between a purple and a blue, and it's a very specific shade of that blue purple shade, and that is exactly what I see in this base. And then you have the magnetic pull that is a red, almost copper shade, and it's just amazing. So let's take a look at it in the bottle magnetized. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I would definitely say copper is a pretty good color description of that. That is just gorgeous. So that again is 3 coats magnetized with no top coat. And again, another polish that is super unique to my collection. I don't have any magnetic polishes that have this color of a magnetic pull yet, which I kind of find odd, but it is really beautiful. And the contrast to the iolite colored base is just very, very beautiful. So that again was NYX. Next up is a holographic. This one is called Creepy Paper. This is from the What We Do in the Shadows 2 Mystery Collection. Look at the holo on this thing. I am, as you probably have guessed, a sucker for purples, and when I saw that they had a holographic purple, I was like, ooh, I am all in. I don't even care how many holographic purples I have. I will compare them all at some point and get rid of the ones that I don't want, but wow, this one is spectacular. It is a larger particled linear holographic, and just look at that rainbow flare. It is beautiful. This is it in 3 coats. Absolutely stunning. I love the larger particles of the holographic on this one. Very, very, very beautiful. And I'm definitely glad that I got this. It is, of course, a color that I will have to come back and do some comparisons of eventually, but in the meantime, I will enjoy it. It is a beautiful, beautiful color. And that again was Creepy Paper. The next one is another sheer shimmer polish. This one is Apology Donuts. This is a really soft base of almost like a gray toned purple, and then you have all of that lovely shimmer in it. You have the purple blue on top, and then as you tilt the bottle you can see a little bit of red and gold pop up at the edge of the bottle, maybe even a little bit of green. And this is it in 3 and 2 coats, again for a shimmer polish. 3 coats over here, 2 coats over the Sally Hansen. Over the Sally Hansen, it sort of takes on this taupe color with that blue flash really popping nicely. And then on its own, it does maintain its sheerness, but look at that blue flash. Really beautiful. This is another that I think would look really beautiful just on its own on your nails for sort of an ethereal, glowy look. So that again was Apology Donuts. And the last mystery polish is Arian. I'm actually not quite sure how to pronounce this one, and it's from the Allure Olympus collection. Look at this gorgeous pool blue green aqua. It's just gorgeous. This is definitely a beautiful summer polish. I just love this one. This one does have a little bit of a shift in that shimmer. So you've got this aqua green blue base, and then you've got a similar shimmer in a green, but as you shift it, you get a little bit of blue there at the edge, which hopefully is coming across. I think you might be seeing it better on this side of the bottle on camera, but in person I can see it over here, and the shift does have a little bit of red on the edges as well, which I'm not sure is coming across on camera. It is a little bit more subtle, but I think you can sort of see it starting to pop up right there in some angles. But yeah, in person it's a little bit more noticeable. So this is it in 3 coats. Again, just a beautiful shade. This one does maintain somewhat of a sheer quality as well, but not as sheer as the ones that I put the Sally Hansen under. But this is such a beautiful glowy shade, very summer appropriate. I think I'm going to have to see about putting it on my summer rack, but it's just so beautiful. So that again was Arian. And that was the last of our mystery polishes. So if you skipped the mysteries, welcome back. And that concludes our haul from the Bee's Knees Lacquer Lore Olympus release and their sale that they had in March. Let me know down below which ones were your favorite, if you got any of the mysteries that I didn't get, if you want to get any of the mysteries that I got, and let me know what polishes you plan on picking up on their release for this month, because I know my list, whew, my list is pretty long. I'm this close to just going ahead and getting the whole collection, but I don't need that many more polishes. So I'm trying to narrow it down to some of the ones that just really intrigue me. Make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and looking at some beautiful Bee's Knees lacquer polishes, and I'll see you in that next video.